Hi everybody, in this video I'm going to go through our lesson on unit conversions, and we're actually just going to start right off with examples. I do recommend that you use the conversion factor charts that are in the OMHS as you learn these problems. However, those will not be given to you on the milestones, so just know that a lot of the basic conversions like 12 inches in a foot, 3 feet in a yard, 16 ounces in a pound, those you should know. And any like weird conversions will probably be given to you if needed. So number one, oh, come on, convert 23 centimeters into feet. And we are going to round to the nearest hundredth. This problem also does give one of the conversion factors. So one of the conversion factors that is given is 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters. Okay, so we want to convert 23 centimeters into feet, and 1 foot is a lot bigger than a centimeter. I'm going to write down some of the conversion factors that we're going to use, and I always like to start with my biggest unit, so 1 foot. I don't know how many centimeters are in a foot, but I know there are 12 inches in 1 foot, and then we have the conversion factor here that 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters. So what we will do for this problem is we're going to begin with our original number, 23 centimeters, and I am going to put that in a fraction over 1. And now I'm going to multiply this fraction by more fractions, essentially using the conversion factors that we have. So right now, our unit is in centimeters. So I can convert centimeters to inches, and then I can convert inches to feet. So I'm going to convert centimeters to inches first, and the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to multiply our fraction in red by a new fraction, and I'm going to do so and create a numerator and denominator where the centimeters cancel out. So centimeters has to be my unit in the bottom, and inches then will be my unit in top, because we're converting centimeters to inches. And in 1 inch, there are 2.54 centimeters. So now I have centimeters in the top and the bottom, and they're being multiplied, so they're really just going to cancel each other out. And now our units are in inches, so I can convert inches to feet by multiplying by another fraction, this time using the conversion factor that 1 foot is 12 inches. Now I want the inches to cancel, so inches is going to go in the bottom, and feet will go on top, and 1 foot is 12 inches. So now the inches in the top and the bottom will cancel each other out, and our unit will be in feet. My next step is going to be to multiply across this fraction. So I'm going to multiply 23 times 1 times 1, multiplying the numbers in the numerator, and then I'll multiply 1 times 2.54 times 12. And this is all multiplication. Maybe I'll draw the times symbol. Okay, so I'm going to multiply 23 times 1 is just 23. And then 1 times 2.54 is 2.54 times 12 is 30.48. And again, our units here are feet. Now I have 23 over 30.48, so I'm going to divide 23 divided by 30.48 gives us 0.7545 ... and we want to round to the nearest hundredth. So the number that's currently in the hundredths place is this 5. So I'll look at what comes after the 5, And the 4, unfortunately, is not large enough for us to round 5 up. So I'm actually just going to cut it off after the 5. So this is about 0.75 feet because that is the unit we converted into. All right, number 2. Convert 72 pints into gallons. And this one, you should know all of the conversion factors for this. So how do I go about this problem? A gallon is bigger than a pint, so I'm going to start with my biggest unit. And I know in 1 gallon, I don't know how many pints that is, but 1 gallon is 4 quarts. And 1 quart is 2 pints. Or just PT. So what I'm going to do here, and I'm going to scroll down a little bit, is I'm going to convert pints to quarts and quarts to gallons. Now we always start by taking the original value, 72 pints in this case, and putting it over 1. And now I'm going to start multiplying by fractions using conversion factors. So first I'm going to convert pints to quarts. Now I need my pints to cancel, so I'm going to put that in the bottom here. And quarts will go on top. And there are 2 pints per 1 quart, or 1 quart is 2 pints. Now I have the pints in the numerator and the denominator, so they're going to cancel, and we are in terms of quarts now. So I'm going to turn quarts into gallons. And I want quarts to be in the bottom so that the units cancel, right? And gallons will be on top. And there are 4 quarts in 1 gallon. Or in 1 gallon, there are 4 quarts. And the quarts will cancel because there's 1 in the top and 1 in the bottom here. And we can just multiply across the top and across the bottom now. So I'm going to multiply the numbers in the numerator, 72 times 1 times 1. And I'm going to use the multiplication symbol again. And in the denominator, 1 times 2 times 4. And this is all in terms of gallons now. So if I finish this multiplication, 72 times 1 times 1 is just 72. And 1 times 2 times 4, well, 1 times 2 is 2, times 4 is 8. And if I actually divide 72 by 8, we get 9. We don't even need to round. This is simply 9 gallons. All right. Number 3. Convert 4 weeks into minutes. So a week is a longer period of time, and a minute is small, right? So there are many, many, many minutes in 4 weeks. So let's kind of write out some of the conversion factors we're going to need. I know in 1 week, we have 7 days. In 1 day, just working my way down to the next smaller unit of time, that would be 24 hours in 1 day. In 1 hour, we have 60 minutes. So the way this is going to work here, if we're starting with weeks, I'm going to convert weeks to days. I'm going to convert days to hours and hours to minutes. Now we always are going to take the initial value, in this case, 4 weeks, and I'm going to put that in a fraction over 1. And now I'm going to start working my way, converting weeks to days first. So I want my weeks to cancel. I'm going to put weeks in the bottom now of this fraction. And days then will go on top because we're going to convert weeks to days first. And there is 1 week for every 7 days. So 7 days is 1 week. Now the weeks will cancel because there's one in the top and one in the bottom. And we are in days now. So I'm going to convert days to hours. If I'm going to get rid of days, days is going to have to go in the bottom now. And we're going to convert to hours. And 1 day is 24 hours. So now the days will cancel. And we're in terms of hours. But we're not done yet because we actually need to get this into minutes. So I'm going to multiply by one more fraction and we're going to convert hours to minutes. So the hours will need to cancel. So I'm going to put it in the bottom so it will cancel with the hours that's already in the top. And in every 1 hour, there are 60 minutes. So the hours will cancel in the numerator and the denominator. And our units here overall will be in minutes like we would like. Now I'm just going to multiply across the top and across the bottom. So we have 4 times 7 times 24 times 60 in the numerator. And the denominator is just 1, times 1 times 1 times 1. Denominator is easy. And our units, again, is minutes. So the denominator really goes away. And if I multiply 4 times 7 times 2 times 4 times 60, we get 40,000, 320 minutes. And again, that would be over 1. So that's just 40,320 minutes. All right, we're going to do one more together. You are pouring orange juice. Oops, pouring a gallon, sorry, of orange juice into glasses, meaning cups, but I'm not using the word cup because that is the unit of measurement. So you are pouring a gallon of orange juice into glasses that can hold 8 fluid ounces of juice. How many glasses can you fill? Oops. Okay, so we're pouring a gallon of orange juice. So we currently have 1 gallon. And we're going to be pouring it into these cups, these glasses. And 1 glass will hold 8 fluid ounces. So I want to know how many of these cups, imagine that they're all the same, how many of these cups can we fill with our 1 big gallon of juice? So I really need to figure out how many ounces is this? How many fluid ounces is this? There is another way you could do this problem, but I'm going to stick with this method. I need to figure out how many fluid ounces are in a gallon. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to write all the conversion factors I will need. 1 gallon is very large in comparison to a fluid ounce. So I'm going to start by noting that 1 gallon is 4 quarts. And 1 quart is 2 pints. 1 pint, oops, is 2 cups. Just use C for cups. And 1 cup is 8 fluid ounces. So you might notice that these glasses themselves are worth 1 cup. So if I wanted to just figure out actually how many cups are in a gallon, we could do that too. So I'm going to instead 1 gallon equals how many cups? Because if I can figure out the number of cups, then we'll know the number of these glasses that we can fill, because 1 cup is 8 fluid ounces, which is 1 of these glasses. All right. And you might already know how many cups are in a gallon, and that is wonderful, but we're going to use some of these conversion factors. We're starting with 1 gallon here. So 1 gallon over 1. And now my goal is to try to have the gallons cancel out. So I'm going to convert gallons into quarts first. Let's see. So gallons will go on the bottom and quarts will go on top. There are 4 quarts in 1 gallon. So now my gallons will cancel on the top and the bottom, which is great. And we have just quarts on top. So I'm going to now turn quarts into pints. And 1 quart is equal to 2 pints. Notice how I put quarts in the bottom. So now the quarts will cancel out with the quarts that are already on top, leaving us with just pints. And now I can convert pints into cups. So pints will go on the bottom, cups on top, and there are 2 cups per 1 pint. So the pints will cancel out, and I can finally just multiply across the top and across the bottom. So multiplying here, 1 times 4 times 2 times 2 will be in the numerator, and then 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 will be in the denominator. Now, noticing the bottom is just over 1. We're just multiplying here. 1 times 4 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. And 8 times 2 gives me 16. So this is really just 16 cups, which if I wanted to go 1 step further, I could take these 16 cups and multiply it by 8 to tell me the number of fluid ounces, because this is really just 8 fluid ounces over 1 cup. But I don't even need to do that, because I know that 1 cup is 1 of these glasses. So therefore, we can fill, or you can fill, I should say, we can fill 16 glasses with the 16 cups that are in the 1 gallon of orange juice that we have. Please let me know what questions you have on this lesson, and I look forward to seeing you in class. Please, please practice this. This takes some trial and error. I know you can do it.